I hate everything about you. Why do I love you? Back in the day, they used to make like YouTube videos of like fight scenes of like all your favorite, like, you know, Naruto versus Sasuke, and they would play that song to it, like montages.
Gohan versus Cell, all these.
That song fits the title of today's video.
Yes. So today's video is about the most dastardly, repulsive, just characters you love to hate. Like, you hate these characters, and your hate for them is such a passion that when you see somebody else who hates them, y'all are kindred spirits now. You're like, oh, we're brothers now.
Like, I never met you in my life. Yeah. But we both read this one book, and we both hate this character so much. Yeah. We cool.
We cool now. We cool. So, yeah. So we got like 5 of them we want to talk about with y'all. And in the midst of our conversation, if you also despise these characters, let us know in the comments. Yeah. And let us know why you despise them, because y'all might have another reason that we overlooked. Yep. And if we don't hit one of your favorites that y'all hate, let us know who y'all hate. Tell us who you hate. It might spark us to hate them as well and read it.
So I was telling TG earlier that a good book can just be really good because it has like a really good character and like, you know, a decent like villain. Yeah. But if a book has like a villain that matches the main character that you really like, it just high tide floats all boats. So it's just everything just goes up in that book. And these are some characters that takes the level up a notch.
Yep. All right. So first we have from the Red Rising series, the Jackal.
Oh.
You know, so this is the twin brother of our main character's Darrow's love interest, and he starts off as just kind of like a minor thorn in Darrow's side. Yeah. To being like his like number one tormentor, right? Like he just, you know, the things he did to Darrow, either through, you know, taking the lives of someone close to him, multiple people close to him, and then to the personal things of just like having him as like, what do you even call that? Like
a torture pet.
A torture pet, right? Like, so, you know, again, spoiler alert, and we'll put a spoiler alert before the video.
But even then, like he grows into this position.
He does
of like just whackness. Yeah. Right. Like he starts off as just like, you know, your regular, you know, run of the mill bully. Yeah. And then the hatred and pain and suffering grows so much that he turns our favorite character Darrow into a torture pet.
Yes. And his drive to do this is just classism. This huge classism, and then racism. Like he's like, I'm of a higher class than you, and you are lower class, and the race of class that y'all are and what y'all are. It's like it's
almost like a how dare you? How dare you? I have to torture you.
Exactly. And you've come above your you know how dare you look your station way above your station. You need to be reminded of what you are. Yep. And so that's his drive, and also, you know, jealousy. Like he's like, oh, you are, you know, looked upon this shining beacon. I'm gonna make sure that you're not.
Like how dare you? Like, you lowly red. I'm a gold.
I'm a gold. Born gold. Right. Like, you know. And it's just and so again he keeps them under his table, you know, while he's eating, while he's just entertaining folks. He takes them downstairs like, oh, you know, remember the Reaper? Yeah, I broke that dude. I broke him down. Yeah. Look at him in the box on there, pissing on himself. You know, that's what I did to him. Yeah. And just gloats about it. He's just like, God damn, Jackal. Like, so
terrible character.
Terrible character. You know. All right. So our first character from the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R. R. Martin is Joffrey, or Joff, as his mother liked to call him. Joffrey, man. I think the reason why I despise Joffrey, a good part of it, is because in the inside, Joffrey was like, he's really a scared wimp. Yes. You know? The thing, like, Arya gave him the work early on. You know, Tyrion backhanded him a couple times, and he's, oh, dare you? You know, like, he's really a wimp, but he knows he is entitled to this position of power, and he just wields it like a 12 or 13-year-old would, and no one
like
stops
he's like
him.
The representation of a lot of like. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. But what I equally hate about Joffrey are all the people around him that allowed him to be who he was.
Agreed.
His freaking
his mother,
granddaddy, who was supposed to be like the best like strategist
of an era,
and you just like let this kid do this bull crap.
Yeah, and he started the war. You know, you let your grandson start war because you're gonna have a leash on it. His mother,
mom,
you know, his real daddy, you know,
just
everybody around him
was no help.
Yeah,
there were no help.
Why have a small council if y'all can't like counsel the king? You know, they were all useless in that manner. But again, he obviously killed. You know, is the reason killing behind one of our fan favorites. You know, started a war. He had his fools doing foolish things, even beyond what the fools were supposed to be doing back then. He was just a despicable little boy, like little boy man. Why are you laughing about butter bumps, man? Why are you laughing about butter bumps?
He had the fools doing more than what the fools should have been doing back then. It shouldn't have been fools.
It should have been fools. But he even made it lower class.
He made it even lower. He just stooped even lower. He was just terrible.
He was terrible.
He was whack.
Yeah.
And part of me was like mad at Sansa. And so for like a portion of the book, I was kind of like, well, your dumbass shouldn't be blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, she was fawning over Joffrey in the beginning of the books.
And then after a while, it was like, man, dude, like this is too much. He's whack. I hope she gets away from this. It was bad. All right.
Number three is a new addition to our reading tastes and lives. And that would be Regal from the Farseer trilogy.
Good old Regal.
And for him to be this high list, and we still have another book to go.
Yeah,
we haven't
read
one more
book to go.
Assassin's Quest. Is that the last one?
Assassin's Quest.
We haven't read that one. And if he's in there, I'm sure he's just as diabolical. But the two books we read so far, Regal is like a smarter Joffrey, right?
Exactly.
He's a smarter Joffrey.
He's Joffrey on another level. He started out like... You think he's just some jealous little, whatever
uncle that our main character
inner duchies versus the outer duchies, and my mama this and blah 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 blah.
I'm entitled to that.
I'm jealous because you guys are of the king and I have a different, family, whatever. All that thing's just so much jealousy is coming into play for him, and he ends the book on the first book, and you're like.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. I didn't think he had it in him.
I didn't think he'd have it in. Right. Yeah. I didn't think he had it in to go that far.
I know you have it in you, but I didn't expect this from you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of those situations. And then
the second book is just the whole book. I think part of my frustration with the book was that Fitz and others had plenty of opportunity to put it into him quickly. You know, like with Game of Thrones and Joffrey, it was like 12 different realms, and that he had thousands of swords around him at all times, and he had that King's Guard around him. But Regal was like second and a half in line, and our main character is an assassin with many tools to kill, and
it was just living in this royal court of politics was just extremely frustrating. That we all knew who did it.
We all knew who did it.
We all knew who done it.
We all knew who done it.
But we could do nothing
about it. Right? And that was the most grueling part, and especially toward the end of this book when he just completely goes off the leash. When like he had like small tethers, like small things that would like restrain him at different times. His brother, the king, maybe. Some people around. Slowly, they all taking things. And when he was untethered, the way he treated our main character was just like, it was heart-wrenching. You were just like, come on, man.
And then the shit with Bird.
Oh my gosh, man.
The wolf. And then the fool. I know the fool was hurt, man. I never felt bad so much pain, man. The fool was just like, my king.
I know. This is a good book.
And all because of
Regal.
Not the red shirt trader. Or again, not the red shirt traders. Not the
Outlanders.
What are them? And that's the other thing about
Forgers
this book, the Forgers people.
Yeah.
I hope I see more of what I said that in the first one.
Yeah.
It's like I want to know what these ship cats.
These ship cats
Yeah,
are doing.
like,
yeah, I want to know more about that. Yeah,
What's that
what
white
is
ship
that?
about?
Yeah,
Like,
I want to know about that.
What is all that?
Maybe in Assassin's Quest we'll get there. I hope so. But again, we find
I
out.
also want revenge on
Regal. And we find out again.
And I really feel like we're not gonna get it.
I don't think
we're gonna get it.
She might not give it to us. But yeah, he's a way more. But his plots are way deeper than anything Joffrey ever did.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yeah, but I despise Regal. All right, so we're gonna go back to this one, number 2, Game of Thrones, and so far I think this character takes the despicable level above the previous characters we mentioned, and this is Ramsay Snow / Bolton. They all of these characters did some form of torture, and I feel like he did it like the worst. He took it to another level.
The TV shows don't include the level of
just despicable torture and breaking a human being like he did. You know?
Oh my gosh. Like he would do stuff like let me pretend like I'm
gonna set you free.
Yeah,
right?
Oh my gosh, like these people caught you. Yeah, I can help you. I can help you. Yeah, go. And then I'm gonna hunt you with hounds.
Hounds to murder you, right? And again, I think they went into more detail about like the filleting process, like because we saw Theon's point of view, and he'd be like, "Oh, like
and the crazy
I lost my third toe today."
The crazy thing is that part of it, you're like, well, F Theon,
because he's a horrible man. Yeah.
Theon, what you did,
and so, but you started.
Then you're like, you broke him this bad,
oh right?
Gosh,
a character that you really
just
don't
kill the guy.
Exactly. He made you feel bad for a character you did not like. Yeah. You're like, I don't like him, but I didn't want all this to happen to him. Like, ugh.
Right.
And so he is the worst. He is one of them bad ones. Like. So yeah, Ramsay Bolton was one that every time our characters interacted with him, you was just like, come on, man, I hope you make it out of this, or I hope she make it out of this, because they usually don't live out this dude. So yeah, all right. So Ramsay would have been number 1 had not been for us reading Faithful and Fallen in the Banished Land and us coming across the worst character we've ever read that we despise with a passion. We randomly talk and just talk about sports, politics, the weather, and then we'll be like
F Lykos.
Just in the middle, just F Lykos. Because he's that just downright despicable dastardly.
And so we talked about this and you mentioned it. So this is the second time we're recording this because we had some audio issues. So the first time we talked about this, TG had a good point, was that we realized was that in all of our other characters that we just named, we never really had a point of view, like chapter for them.
Yes.
And every book, more or less,
I think almost every book,
a point of view chapter from Lykos.
Yeah.
And Lykos isn't even the top villain, but we have characters that we extremely love, and he does things to the characters that we extremely love and makes them in such an annoying way, but the things that he does are just so terrible.
So terrible. And again, even like our top bads, like they're bad, they're evil, and they do despicable things, and they have whatever driving force. But like Lykos is just like extra personal, like he will do something to a character just to see them hurt and see them break, like just in that for his own purpose, because that gives him joy.
But also wanting to be able to gloat.
Yes.
Yes.
You're my property.
You're my property.
I will break you.
Break you. The audio. Shout out to the audio dude.
The audio dude. He does his voice so unique that every time he comes up, you're like, oh gosh, here's Lykos again. What's gonna happen? So Lykos from the Banished Land is one of the worst characters. Period. He's everything you think may be bad, like your top 3 bad things that you think you can do, to go to jail and should be thrown under the jail, Lykos probably did twice.
He's definitely the Joker to the Batman.
Yes.
In this book, and he's not even the Joker level character to the Batman.
Yeah.
He's like one of Joker's like little minion people.
Yeah.
But he's the most annoying.
The one that gets away. after doing the most horrible things. He just
like,
keep getting away.
Even Calidus, the main
bad guy,
is like, you did what?
You did what? I told you to go do this, and you did what? Why would you do like? And I ain't gonna lie. When we first started reading him, I was like, okay, cool. This dude's bad. Like, hopefully he'll die by the end of the second book. Definitely third book. And then deep into the fourth book, I'm like, he's still alive. Why is he still alive? Why is he still doing things? And just like, like I hated him. Like,
you just hate his ass.
Hate it. Yeah, the whole time.
Lykos.
F Lykos.
If there was like, you know how people be like,
F Moash?
No.
F Lykos.
I'm telling you.
1,000.
Telling
Lykos is 10 times worse than a Moash.
10 times worse.
Yeah.
100 times worse. No.
So again, let us know who y'all's most hated characters are. Characters that you in a book series, like, you just could not wait till they die and they kept living, and you were just like waiting on it, praying on it, just saying, please let this person die. You know, and it just gave you so much angst. And then once you just let them die. Let them die. And when you talk to people about it, there's a passion that comes out when you talk about how much you hate this character.
Yeah.
Let us know that character is for you.
Tell us who you hate.
Oh, and if any of the other characters you also know that we talked about, let us know why you might hate them too if we missed a reason. So if y'all made it to in this video, give us the fist emoji. You know, for you want to punch somebody in the face that's stupid. A character in the book, not a real person.
Yeah.
So.